with a huge movie fanatics to do a next generation of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We're doing our review for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Next Generation. Star Trek was popular at the time. I don't have a whole lot to say about this movie.
Probably don't remember much.
I remember more than I'd like. Renee Zellweger's in it. Matthew McConaughey's in it. They probably wish they weren't. Although, yeah, that's probably. I don't. That's not even positives. They're in it. I'm not a fan of either.
Well, which the studio completely banked on the home video.
Yeah, the movie wasn't going to get a release until like they became popular. All of a sudden, they're like, we got gold. let's put this out. Everybody needs to see. And people saw it, and it's tried to be forgotten for a while. This is probably about as good as the second movie. They tried to really. This is like if the third movie was sort of an apparent attempt at a sequel/reboot. This one is like transparent. This is supposed to be the reboot, the definitive reboot of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 10 years before reboots were known. Problem is, the movie is flashy. That does not work for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What worked with the original was that it was so realistic to the point of, like, you felt you were there. But the flashiness of this movie and the awkward jokes, they tried to add production value. It did not lend itself well to the movie. They had, like, the weird ending shot that mimics the end of the first movie with Leatherface dancing around.
Well, he's actually got a dress on at the end.
Yeah, flat out, like, they went with, like, I mean, he was transvestite in all of them, but, like, they made that insanely obvious this time around. And it's like, I thought the subtlety worked a little better with just wearing the woman's face in the first one, rather than having him flat out being...
The dress and the stocking.
The dress... Like, I think the dress might have worked had it been a different dress. The dress was a little flowery for my taste, for Leatherface. But yeah, I don't know. There's really nothing good to say about it. It's actually probably worse than Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 now that I'm thinking about it, just because there really is nothing redeeming about the movie other than... No, there really isn't. That's just a bad movie. Do not see this movie.
How many did you give stars yet?
I'll give it a 0. Like, it really doesn't deserve any recognition whatsoever.
Jeez. Is that it?
Yeah, that's my review.
Now, one of the interesting things, which I don't know if people realize, like, fans of it, if there are any, well, I'm going to shock you because I do like aspects of it for certain other aspects, and I'll tell you why. But first, let me tell you, one of the little-known facts people might not even realize is this is the only Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that doesn't have 1 second of the chainsaw actually touching anyone. No one gets touched by the chainsaw, I mean, not massacred, touched at all. All it is in the movie is like a threat. It's a loud threat. If you watch the movie, no one gets touched by the chainsaw. So I don't exactly understand how you do a movie that's got Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the title, and I don't know if they were worried about MPAA and they're just like, okay, we'll just not have them touch anyone with the chainsaw.
Yeah, that was probably it.
Yeah.
Like, they were coming down hard on movies back then.
Yeah, that's right. But I just, ironically enough, you don't even necessarily get that when you first see it, but then I think about it later and I'm like, the chainsaw never even touched anyone, it was just a loud, threatening thing. And one thing, I'm going to go 2 stars, because one thing I like about, and I like the title, Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre more, which was the original title. One thing I like about it is it's probably the least, the one with the smallest budget out of all the sequels. It's really got, for the first time, it's actually you compare 1 and 4, well, I just call it 4, together for being probably, they have that, 4 has this great independent movie feel, where it doesn't feel like, 2 feels like a studio, 3 feels like a studio. The one thing I like about 4 is that it doesn't feel like a studio. It feels like, again, and actually Kim Hinkle, one of the co-writers from the first one, is actually the writer, actually not so much writer as just changed the original around barely, and writer slash director of Part 4, is one thing I like is this, that it's got, like I say, that really independent movie thing going for it. I like how some of the nights, I like how the night stuff's lit, and stuff like that. But again, just like 3, but this is even more blatantly, I think, a remake of the first one, where it goes through even the paces of, instead of the gas station, it's this little trailer where this woman, I can't even remember what she does for a living, but this woman with the implants, they're funny as what she say, $3 bills, but you know, they changed my life though. And so instead of being the gas station, it's the whatever, she's an insurance agent or whatever, they stop at before, just like they stop at the gas station, and when she's getting chased, she stops there for help, and then it's the place of evil where the person it's so much a remake of the first one. It's crazy. And what they were doing a lot in the 90s, like with Halloween and pretty much every damn franchise, is they were trying to interject fucking reason into everything. And like Halloween, and that's what they did with Return to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What's ironic is that you can see a studio doing that, but here Return to Texas Chainsaw Massacre is more of an independent movie, and they're still going that route for whatever reason, where they try to, where it's like this guy in this suit is what? The crazy chainsaw family is on the, what, government payroll or something?
Yeah.
I've seen it over and over because I like certain aspects of it, but I still don't understand that what the hell they were trying to say with that. He's like, but I can only think that it's like, well, this guy's got a suit on, but he opens it up and he's like some kind of sadist freaking whatever, which, well, that's what most suits probably are anyway, but so that part was really stupid. The guy who actually played Leatherface, for whatever reason, is no longer even with us. I don't know what the hell happened, to that guy. But all I know is he's not even alive anymore. But I thought his portrayal, again, was trying to take the original, trying to capture the original. It was so annoying. He was always, if you remember, Leatherface was always going, and it was just like,
the original one.
yeah. Well, it wasn't done in that. Well, yeah. It wasn't. He was just flat out like yelling, screaming in this thing all the time. He put the girl in the little box. And he's like, like screamer to death or something. And it wasn't Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was Texas screaming transvestite Leatherface Massacre. It was like, and there's this fun. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I did think of a positive about the movie. The box art on the VHS.
Oh,
that was really cool.
You liked it?
Yeah, the chick.
Chick Leatherface, he's even got a freaking stocking on. If looks could kill, he wouldn't need a chainsaw.
Yeah, and when I saw that cover, I'm like, oh, cool, they switched it up. It's a female Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
You thought it was a woman?
I thought they like switched it up and tried to do something new. And
which might have actually,
that
I think of it, been
that might have been kind of interesting. they could have gone an interesting route. No. But you were going to say something funny, apparently?
Which
funny thing?
Yeah, well, that's gone. But yeah, well, there's a lot of funny things to that movie. But I guess that pretty much wraps it up. I do like the nighttime atmospheric exterior shots. The guy with the tow truck, the wrecker. I mean, it's got the Texas Chainsaw feel, but again, no one gets even slightly even nicked with the chainsaw in the movie, so to call it Texas Chainsaw Massacre is very ironic. But I think I'm just kind of saying what I've said already, so maybe if you're done. Did I give stars?
Yeah, you gave it 2.
Yeah, I'll give it 2, if only for, I love the, which is to me very apparent, the independent feel to it, which is very much there and appreciated by me, because I like that, I think that independent movies are great when they're great. So you guys have a good one, and don't mess with Texas, or else you're gonna get catch you later.